like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true. But it is, oh it is, living in the new world with an whole soul. The rich man knows the rich man, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Yeah, give me freedom or give me death. To that we pledge allegiances. We the people had enough, it's time we aired our grievances against these treasonous demons. So raise the alarm, cause the pigs are fully taken over on this animal farm. Don't know anymore, this world's gotten too cold to ignore. Shit, is it 2023 or 1984? Thought police up at my door to open fire on me, but I'd rather die on my feet than survive on my knees. And please, we know how they looking at us from up at the top. The tougher they made it for us, the fucking tougher we got. They thought they'd keep us scared forever, but fuck it, we not. We'll send them back to north of Richmond in some cuffs or a box. Bow.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. For people like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true. But it is, oh it is, living in the new world with an whole soul. The rich man knows the rich man, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Behind the politicians, there's a far more sinister villain that's power-driven. Only answer to money is their religion. They controlling the way that we live in, keeping us mentally stuck in a prison, so that the fire they know is rebellion never can spread whenever it's risen. But they've been seeing us waking up, and now they fucking afraid. As we the people get to seeing through their fucking charade, we're being played by these elites who would rather see us enslaved, as they lead us by the hand where the land's dug with a grave. And they could kill our character through stories they publish, or they'll just murder us and brand it as suicide to the public, or an accidental overdose. Print the story, run it, say it's fact, so people trust it, accept it, and move on from it. But it's time to pick a side and get to striking a nerve. And any way we're able, I'm fighting this fight with my words. And if they keep pushing, then fuck it, we inciting the purge. And just to think, all we wanted was the rights we deserve.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to. For people like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true. But it is, oh it is, living in the new world with an whole soul. The rich man knows the rich man, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. Your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich man, cause the rich man.
What's up, everybody? We are in Walsenburg, Colorado today. We've got John Denicola and you people.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, everybody?
You got a big echo there, you people. I see the chief is in the house. What's up, chief? Can I get your autograph?
I just can't win.
Oh yeah.
This meeting is being recorded.
It's now 6 o'clock. I'll call the
There you go, guys.
monthly meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Bazzani,
Here.
Veronica Mays. Here. Ronald Stafford.
Here.
Jennifer Novak. Here. Fred Ecker.
Here.
John Martinez.
Here.
Pamela Brightweiser.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Staff of the pledge, please. Brad, dismiss.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd make it, entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda. I'll move to approve tonight's agenda. I got a motion by Ronald Stafford. Second by Don Martinez. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. No minutes to approve tonight. We have one item on the consent agendas for the liquor license renewal of the Starlight.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I got a motion by Don Martinez, second by Veronica May.
They won't let me in.
Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Presentations. We have one and two. I would like to recognize David Harriman's retirement. He was supposed to be here tonight, something must have come.
Yes, it's right there.
You are? Come here.
Come here.
Hi, David Rose. No, it's, I'm following it how it is. Gina? You want to do this while I read this? David, would you come up? Sure. I just want to say a few words. Probably a lot of people don't even remember. Time flies when you're having fun. David has spent over 40 years serving the city of Walsenburg. Here's a little bit about his history. He began in 1982 as a sergeant for the police department. He spent 7 years in the department working as law enforcement and tried to promote a positive attitude for the community and youth within the city and county. In 1989, David transferred to the water and sewer department. In 2006, he was promoted to water sewer supervisor. In 2016, he became the distribution and collection supervisor. David took a short break in 25 and came back to become the public works director. David retired May 29th, 2026. And upon all these accolades, I know he helped with the John Mall High School football team for years and years. Dedicate a lot of your time. So I, for one, appreciate you. Thank you very much. Okay. He's retired for sure. Okay, next presentation is the Columbine 4-H Club. Who's the? There you go.
Oh, perfect. And did you have handouts to distribute?
I've already.
Oh, okay.
And she's they were attached as well.
These are actually 40.
Different than the attachments?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I just got it tonight. I'm not gonna have time to read that right now, so. Okay.
All right. So my name is Cheyenne Grego. I'm the Walsenburg 4-H Club, or Columbine 4-H Club. We're based here in Walsenburg. I'm the co-leader. These are some of my kids. We apologize for taking up some of your time tonight, but we were recently informed of an ordinance that existed that we didn't know about, and that prevents the housing of goats within city limits. Obviously, if our kids are affected by that. You'll see in Officer Johnson's report that he and two other officers to a home of one of my kids, where they were instructed that they were to remove their goats from the property from city limits, which is very detrimental at this point into the fair season. And so our kids have kind of been working this week on trying to make a little bit of a change. And we appreciate your time in trying to make that happen. So I'm going to introduce our president, Emily Ortiz.
We are requesting consideration of a limited special use permit allowing youth to house market goats within city limits for 4-H FFA livestock projects.
Hi, my name is Anzela. We strive to be respectful, responsible.
Can you please speak up a little bit? I can't hear. I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Respectful, responsible, social, educated, kind, helpful, hardworking, civic-minded leaders within our community.
There are currently 79 kids enrolled in Werfenau County 4-H. 29 of those kids are enrolled in the Columbine 4-H Club based in Walsenburg. 25 kids across Werfenau County are enrolled in the Market Goat Project, where they are expected to purchase, care for, train, and build a trusting relationship with their goat of choice. 6 of those kids reside within Walsenburg city limits.
My name is Andre Ortiz. I'm the vice president. What are the benefits? Oh no. What are the current barriers? Livestock is prohibited in city limits under Ordinance 76710. The current ordinance makes participation in this project difficult because the current ordinance, housing our goats outside of city limits disables us from ensuring they are safe and confined at all times. We would also need to haul water, food, and supplies. Show goats require consistent care and training, which distance the lack of transportation would complicate this, as also limits the relationship with our goats. Many of us attend schools in neighboring communities which require early mornings and late evenings, which an added commute would make even longer. This commute also adds more responsibility and financial strain on our parents, which is the opposite of what our program encourages. These details make parts of this project less enjoyable and are discouraging. Why does this matter? We do not feel important within our community and do not feel prioritized. We have very limited opportunities or safe activities. 4-H is one of the only established youth programs in Walsenburg, and Columbine 4-H Club has worked hard to build a family and community ourselves, where we can support each other and grow together. With the lack of youth activities available, our club has grown by 12 members in the last 9 months. This is a 70.5% increase in the enrollment. Our participation in 4-H is limited, and we are not able to be competitive amongst our peers at show or auction due to the restrictions of the current livestock ordinance.
Housing at home enables us to provide a safe and monitored environment, easily bond with, train, and care for our goats, and build a stronger relationship with them, have easier access to materials needed to bathe and groom, and keeps 100% of the responsibility on us, the kids.
Benefits are what the benefits are with scholarship opportunities, the auctions profit and auction profits help us fund our futures. We have relationships with local businesses, and participation in the Market Goat Project offers real life experience, teaching, ability, respect, agriculture experience, follow through, accountability, money management, relationship building, mentor and leadership, and a lot of patience.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Valdez. I'm the reporter of the Columbine 4-H Club. Proposed parameters. Application required for youth participation in 4-H or FFA, with participation confirmed by club leader or FFA advisor. Animals registered with the city and contact information for parents and club leader or FFA advisor kept on file. All animals would follow the Fair Board rules regarding the appropriate animal-specific requirements. Proper containment will be prioritized when building enclosures with appropriate standards upheld. Enclosures and housing will be maintained on a regular basis with waste being disposed of in a proper and sanitary manner. All animals will be cared for with the high expectations of these programs in mind. Food will be kept in secure containers to not attract rodents. No breeding projects will be allowed in city. Limit the number of goats per household based on participants, with the max being 4. Keeping in mind that goats are herd animals, if only one participant, we request that 2 goats be the minimum required, 1 show and 1 companion. No allowance in commercial zones like C1 or C2. For our community, animals at large. Standards for necessary enclosure height prevent the likelihood of escaped attempts.
Halters or leads are necessary during training to maintain control of the animals. Show animals are worked with or trained regularly, which makes containment easier. Noise concerns. Goats' belts register at around 60 to 80 decibels, whereas an average dog barks around 85 to 110 decibels. Goats are generally only vocal when separated from their herd or hungry. Public nuisance, unsanitary conditions. Regular maintenance, weekly, bi-weekly, and as needed, to prevent smells, insects, rodents, and predator attractions, and waste will be disposed of in a sanitary manner to ensure this. Food will be stored in secure containment to also prevent any type of attraction.
Good evening, I'm Regina Grego. I am the co-leader for Columbine 4-H Club. I've been involved in Northfield County's Levita and Walsenburg's youth clubs for over 30 years. Residences, we did a lot of research in multiple counties and urban and rural. Some of the precedences we found during our research, we found that other communities that have made allowances for such matters for 4-H and FFA programs. Levita has allowances for special use permits as needed. Colorado Springs has regulations allowing for goats within their city limits. Castle Rocks has licenses and registration allowances within their city limits. Buffalo West has an exemptions allowed for youth agriculture programs. Just to name a few that we have, there was many that we found, but these were more local and more applicable to our areas.
We should not be limited by our parents' economic status and such or lack of land ownership. Urban areas or other local communities have incorporated exceptions, ordinances, or codes to support these types of youth development programs and without limiting the kids' opportunities. A program that tries to build us kids up, encourage our growth, and challenge us to step out of our comfort zones while broadening our horizons. These limitations are discouraging. We are the next generation of Walsenburg citizens. We appreciate support and becoming productive and positive citizens that contribute to our community.
So the kids met the other day to try and figure out how we were trying to fix our problem. And we have a problem, and so they came up with some solutions, and that's what they're asking for you guys to consider. They did come up with some proposed solutions, as we understand that our idea might not be the best idea. What we are asking for right now, because a couple of our kids, well, and really all of our kids, if we're following this ordinance, which we're trying to teach our kids to do, are now having to find other housing outside of the city limits for their animals that they've had here the last couple months. My two kids actually raised their animals within city limits last year, not knowing about this ordinance. We've had people stop and take pictures and ask their names and ask if they could pet them. We've never had any neighbor complaints. What we're asking for today is a temporary permit. We're 65 days out from our fair, from the time that these kids have to take their animals to Levita outside of city limits to go show them. And so we're asking for an allowance of 1 goat per enrolled member within the city limits for a maximum of 65 days, so that our current participants can finish out the 2026 fair season. Again, this would be very detrimental to the progress that they've made. These kids work so hard with their projects, with their animals. Ultimately, we're asking for a consideration of an ordinance revision to allow the goats and even sheep, because they are similar animals, within the city limits, with set parameters to support future participants and encourage local 4-H and FFA program participation. We have heard that the Walsenburg High School is trying to start their FFA program, and this would benefit those kids as well. We are willing to questions if you guys would like some support, if our kids can help in meeting with you guys to try and come up with a solution that would benefit our kids. If you guys are open to that, we'd really appreciate that. And thank you for your time.
Can you possibly talk the person who complained into allowing this?
Well, unfortunately, I think the person that complained, it's not so much an issue with the goats. We've been down there, our kids all get along, they're like a family, and so there's been previous complaints more so of like the kids just kind of being kids, playing in their front yard. There's been other issues with that. You'll see in the report, Officer Johnson's, it actually wasn't on 6th Street, it was on 8th Street. Right on the edge of the softball field there, so not so much into town. So I'm not.
The thing is, you're asking council for a lot because we have to abide by our rules and laws and ordinances and Unicode.
I agree.
And if we have a resident, we got to respect. They moved there and depended and relied on those laws to not have that because that's what it says in the zoning code. So I can't see how we can do anything unless you can talk that person into allowing it.
Well,
That'd be the easiest.
When asked of your officers if it was a noise complaint, if it was a nuisance complaint with the smell, it was just the fact that the goats were there. I feel like it's very personal, not so much that it's an issue.
Do you think there's any possibility of convincing them to let you go for this year?
It's not my personal matter.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that's directly affected by it.
Chief, do you have anything to add to that?
Can the chief go talk to him?
Yeah, I mean, I would gladly do that. I haven't seen Officer Johnson's reports. I don't get to see all the code enforcement reports, but I will specifically look at that report. And someone else, I mean, another resident has called me and I mean, him and I have a good rapport. And if I think that's who was directly affected, then I think we can work it out. I will look at this tomorrow from the time I get in until we can figure it out.
We would appreciate that. They have 3 days now to remove their animals, and so.
I will start with it in the morning.
Okay.
Can I make one more comment? Per the 4-H rules, they have, we are past the ad drop deadline. And if they sign up for a project and you pass that deadline, they are not allowed to participate in that project the following year if they do not complete that project.
I understand. So just for clarification, from my clarification, the code enforcement officer received a complaint from another citizen in the city regarding this one specific address.
Correct.
I will look into that starting tomorrow morning.
Okay.
First.
And how many goats are at that address?
There's 2.
So that was one of my clarifying questions. One of the slides said 2 should be there, not 1, but you're asking for just 1. So I mean, is it better 2?
Really, it's 1 per child. So the way that the kids kind of built their plan this year for their projects is there's actually 2 kids that live at that address.
Okay.
We have another address where 2 kids live. We have another address, and then 2 more addresses where single children live. 2 of our girls actually house their goats together at 1 address this year, just to try to keep the numbers down at another address. The reason that we asked for 2, we're asking for 1 permit.
That's what I was just trying to clarify.
Situation. The reason that we asked for 2 is it's kind of just comparing to other ordinances that we have and understanding that goats are herd animals. When they are separated, when they are alone, that's when the noise complaints start coming in. You know, they start going a little crazy and trying to get out. And so that's if an ordinance change was to be considered something similar to what other communities have done, that's something that we would propose be the minimum.
An ordinance change would take probably 60 days. It's got to go through 2 readings and an advertisement and.
So I'd like to make a motion to instruct administration and our lawyer to get together and come up with a special use permit so that these kids can finish out this year. And then to look into an ordinance change for next year.
Second that.
I'll third that.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, can I have a
We
couple?
got a motion by Don Martinez, a second by Veronica Mays. Go ahead.
I kind of don't know where to start because I've had goats and my sister was in 4-H raising show Hampshire sheep her entire youth. So I feel for the program. We could hold as administration, we could hold the enforcement bans for those 65 days to get them through the state fair season. That would allow us some time to work on a potential draft of an ordinance that would create this system. for a limited or special use permit for those types of animals. One jurisdiction where I worked, we had a special provision for potbelly pigs. Potbelly pigs were real popular. So having that balance of, you know, here in Walsenburg, we're so close to the outdoors and we're so close to ranching. We have cows downtown, you know, and fields in downtown, and then get deer everywhere. So I think there might be a good compromise in there somewhere. But if it's at the council's pleasure, the chief and I can hold this in abeyance until the state fair.
You're gonna be breaking your own muni code, you know that.
Well, it's prosecutorial discretion is what it is. You're just delaying, you're not forgiving them, you're just delaying the enforcement to provide them a period of time. There's also pending ordinance doctrine, which if it's the intent of the council to go this direction, then we would have a safe harbor in a pending ordinance doctrine type environment. We're trying to work through a public policy to resolve this problem that would likely have to go through the Planning and Zoning Commission for their review and consideration. So I think a compromise position would be that we're not forgiving the enforcement. You could hold it in abeyance, but you'd have to direct me to do that.
Yeah, I would love, I mean, my daughter is the head of a 4-H in Levita. My granddaughter's a FFA officer. She teaches ag in Levita. I mean, I'm all for it. But as this council, the people who lived in that zone and knew there was never going to be livestock are entitled to that right. And that's taking that right away. I would rather have you convince that person that let us go for this year and not, because you're subjecting us to putting us in a really bad position. If they would really get negative, I think we'd lose. That's my opinion.
Can I talk?
Sure.
I know this.
So we got affected, us. The person we're thinking that did the call on us, our kids can't even go outside and play basketball. We've had complaints. Our kids can't be kids. So they haven't got out once. We have a couple other neighbors that we've talked to and they've all been okay with this. It's just this one or these two, it's a man and a woman that lives across the street from us. They live at home all day. They do not work. And so they're home all day. And so this is why it's a problem, because they have nothing else.
No, I'm sympathetic. I understand. Do you mind if I get our attorney's opinion for a quick?
Yeah.
Mr. Hyatt, do you have something?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
The city does have the right to hold prosecutions in abeyance. I think that's a correct legal position. It doesn't mean that they're not going to get prosecuted, but they would get prosecuted for a period of time. In order to get an ordinance through to change this, it's going to have to go to the Planning and Zoning Commission. And then it's going to have to come back before the city council. I've been involved in other communities where they've done this, so I know it can be done. It just can't be done overnight. The city council has no legal authority to grant special permits that are in violation of an ordinance. So you can't do that. I think it's up to the administrator and the chief on how the ordinance is enforced. And I don't think the council has any say in that either.
Okay.
Did we change the motion then to direct administration and Hyatt to amend the ordinance?
Yes, I can withdraw my motion and make a new motion to direct administration and our lawyer to come up with a new ordinance. Be by special permit or however you guys want to figure it out.
I would do a limited use permit.
Oh my God. And I'm all for your holding the prosecution in abeyance and try to get through this.
Excuse me, the council cannot have anything to do with that.
Okay, well, strike that for my motion.
This is
Striking the whole
fucking
motion.
great, guys.
I'm just striking the end.
Get your
If I may,
popcorn.
we could take this as explicit direction to work with the city attorney on some language and then start that process to go through the planning and zoning commission. And the chief and I will try to figure out a way to resolve the issue between the neighbors. Short of that, we can, I think trying to.
I'm up a cool solution with everybody, which
We're
best thing could happen.
We'll do our best to try to address that issue, try to get the name, but having the ability to have, because we have such large parcels in certain parts of the community, and because of the interface with the wildlife and ranching from a land use perspective, and when you do these analysis, it's going to have to be on a case by case. Things like vector control, flies, things like that. I mean, if you have someone who lives right next door to the Ugalini Ranch and they're a resident, you got cows right there, and so I think they have a legitimate argument, but we'll work on that.
So I will re-second my Donnie's motion. And I mean, I believe there's a lesson learned here by everybody. When these programs have not been in Walsenburg, and it's exciting to see them here and bringing them here, that you need to check with what codes are. So I think it's a win-win.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
You guys need to vote.
Yes.
Mr. Hyatt says the council can't have anything to do with it. Right. Mr. Hyatt, would you?
My motion is to instruct.
No, you can vote on the motion to refer it to me and to the administration to come up with an ordinance.
To
Administration.
tweak the ordinance or whatever, yeah.
Well, deal with.
Well.
All in favor?
Say your motion.
What I can't have anything to do with, we can't have anything to do with is the enforcement of it. So what I'm motioning is that we instruct the administration and our city attorney to come up with a revision, a new plan with the ordinance for next year. As soon as we can get it passed, but it'll be for next year as far as 4-H is concerned.
And through planning and.
They'll deal with this.
They'll deal with the enforcement. That's
what I heard. That part.
That's a separate thing.
Yeah, that's a separate thing.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
That's good by me. Okay.
We have to vote.
Did you?
A second.
I got a motion, another second. A motion by Don Martinez, a second by Veronica Mays. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Yeah.
Not a resolution. It's not a resolution or ordinance.
All right.
Application.
Oh.
What?
I want to be right and say, we'll make it. We'll have it on the docket for the P and Z next Wednesday. I'll whip up an ordinance and we can run it past administration and we should be able to talk about it.
I had to look on it.
Yeah. I think Hyatt and the administration will be probably forwarding it to you as well. Stacy Decker and David Roche are both planning and zoning, you guys know. Okay. Got a motion in a second? Roll call.
Mayor Bazzani,
Yes.
Mays,
Yes.
Ronald Stafford,
Yes.
Jennifer Novak,
Yes.
Fred Eckert,
Yes.
John Martinez.
Yes.
Pamela Brightweiser.
Yes.
It's unanimous.
Okay, good luck.
Get the kid before the fireworks start. Yeah, I'll be in.
No cussing. Figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't matter. Okay, administration report. Chief Finelli, do you have anything to add?
No, unless you want to do the action item now.
No. Second question. So click it or ticket, do you have any results from that?
Yeah, I do, but I couldn't put them on because I have to get my report before it ends to Gina to put online. So yes, we had,
What's the next one?
there's 37 traffic stops total, 17 speeding tickets, 5 seatbelt tickets this time, and several suspended or revoked driver's license. But we had the total of 38 traffic stops for the total that were reported to the state.
So in your report, there was a report, I think it was from the animal shelter. And somewhere in there, like it talked like he was overseeing the CSO, so I was a little confused.
Say that again, he was what?
So it seemed like he was overseeing the CSOs and I didn't understand like the way that it was written because it came from him, right? And then like it was like 2 or 3 in there and he talks about the community service officers. It's like the way I read it, it's like he's overseeing them. Is that not?
No, that's not,
In the next report, there was like another report about them, so it was just kind
they
of,
all work together.
it just like read weird, so.
They all work together. So I will work on the grammar part of it.
And then one of the other things that I see in the paid invoice report is a lot of towing. What's, that was a project that you brought before us, that you were gonna tow these vehicles. If they didn't claim them, we're gonna turn them around and make money. Like, what's the status of that? Like, how many cars are in the tow yard? Have we made any money off of that? I mean, is it?
We have successfully brought in revenue that we're not a tow company, but we're not trying to bring in the revenue. We have successfully brought in revenue.
I mean, do we cover the cost?
We always cover our tow.
Okay.
Our tow is never not covered. The other fees for the storage fees and things like that are well within accordance with CRS. And if they don't come for 30 days, it's a 30-day storage fee on top of the $300 or the $150 tow, whatever it is. And we've successfully, Cheryl's really good at that, recovered. I don't know the amount, but we've recovered some money.
Okay. We just hadn't heard nothing about it. And like I said, I see the tows on the paid invoice report, but.
And I probably won't tell you guys because we're not a tow company. I mean,
yeah, I just want to make sure we're not losing money on it.
not losing any money.
Thank you.
And our neighborhoods are cleaner, huh?
Exactly. That's that's the good part of it. The neighborhoods are clean. The neighborhoods are cleaned up.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Thank you.
You need to take some of the houses with them. You need to take some of the houses with them when you.
Give me the vehicle, Mayor.
All right. Anything else from Chief Finelli? Okay, we'll move on. City Attorney, Mr. Hyatt, do you have anything to add to your report?
No, I have nothing to add at this time.
Any questions of Mr. Hyatt? Move on to Public Works. Mr. Harriman left, but he did leave a report. Any questions?
Good report.
See what we get next month, I guess.
So who's gonna do it next time? Going forward. Mr.
John?
So we're working with all of the Public Works departments to submit a report every Friday to Sharon Miranda. Sharon Miranda will compile reports for council.
Nice.
She is sharing to take care of the reporting to the water division and that too? Attorney?
She'll make sure that it gets done.
Okay.
Like Joe Torres does the water treatment.
Okay.
So we'll make sure Milton is doing all of the stream.
Yeah, as long as we're covered. Okay. City Administrator, Mr. Pacheco, you got an closure, anything to add?
No, sir. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions to Mr. Pacheco? Okay, we'll move on. Assistant City Administrator, John Galusha. You got anything to add? Any questions to Mr. Galusha? Okay, we'll move on. You see, you had the, Mr. Lelander asked to attach finance report that was missing last meeting. It's on much closer today for this meeting.
And it's here on that.
And yeah,
All of the golf
Right.
course and the report summary and equipment.
I'm sure Brian's online, but I can't read. I can see that far.
Yes.
Any questions of Brian Lelander's report, assuming he's there? Hearing none makes it easy. Okay. Citizens' comments, who's first?
You have Lakota Connell.
The patterns emerging from the Walsenburg PD and this governing body reflect systemic failures in oversight, constitutional compliance, and fiscal responsibility. Numerous individuals have reported countless incidents in which Walsenburg PD responded to private citizens and or protesters by issuing blanket charges like disorderly conduct, harassment, assault, trespassing, etc. against all parties or the wrong party. These charges were issued without a complete investigation, without proper evidentiary analysis, and without identifying a primary aggressor despite literal witnesses. This constitutes selective enforcement, a hallmark of unconstitutional policing, and exposes the city to claims of First Amendment retaliation, malicious prosecution, and failure to train and supervise under Monell versus Department of Social Services. These concerns parallel the public's alarm over the handling of the youth group home property and of transparency over appliances and things for the golf course, expenses paid without council approval, written off again with public taxes. I'll remind that the city and its residents do not get profits from the golf course currently whatsoever. None should ever unilaterally spend unbudgeted taxpayer money without city council approval. This represents mismanagement of public assets, potential breach of duty, a failure to safeguard taxpayer funds or uphold the law. Tax dollars should be used for legitimate public needs with reasonable regulation, oversight, and accountability, not diverted through questionable transactions or selective favoritism. Compounding this, your own legal representatives have already warned this council that restricting public comment or recording violates the First Amendment. Continuing despite explicit legal notice demonstrates willful disregard, which eliminates qualified immunity and dramatically increases municipal liability. Places in Colorado that ignored these principles paid heavily. Denver paid $14 million, over $19 million. Adams County paid $80,000 for interfering with recording, and Loveland paid $3 million for one single civil rights violation. I urge immediate corrective action, identify the officials responsible for oversights and hold them accountable per Colorado law, release the relevant body-worn camera footage, and address court requests in a timely manner at the correct fees, publish the Walsenburg PD policy and procedure manual, and ensure all personnel are following it, remove unconstitutional and no recording signage. Roughly 3,000 plus citizens, and many that refuse to come to these meetings and speak up. I guess it's spend their money, but there are residents of Walsenburg who do retain the right to speak, to criticize, and to record their government. Continued violations will not only erode public trust, they will carry severe legal and financial consequences for this city. Thank you. Stacy Decker.
Good evening, council. Personally, I feel that this could have been a shorter agenda meeting, but that's just my personal 2 cents because we've had less than 24 hours to fully review everything. And per notes in the past from council, members of council, people outside of council, getting it to us, the Friday before the meeting is always a great time for us to have a weekend of reading and going to sleep in the afternoon while we read through some of the agenda items. So, a couple of things. Mr. Galusha. We already got a door that is outside. We don't do that. We have a door here already. We'll save ourselves $20,000 easily. That's one of the items that's going to come up in the near future that the ordinance 2017 City Hall zones. Please do not waste our time on this with an ordinance because, quite frankly, Mr. Pacheco can actually go through and put together a policy and a procedure. We have a buzzer lock door. The police has a buzzer lock door. And each one of these employee offices right here can be locked up prior to any meeting coming in here. Simple enough process. We don't need an ordinance for that. Just do it. You can put it in. It'll be implemented tomorrow. Could have been done tonight. Every office could have been closed up, locked up. Could have been done. Resolution 2026. So basically 2017, I recommend just flat out no, we don't need it. Don't even propose it. Resolution 2016 R18. One small problem with that. You can't mute somebody standing right here. And that's what you're trying to prevent. If you start, Gina's got full control. So my recommendation, if you're going to do something like this, nobody's in the building. It's a waste of time because then Gina can sit there, Mr. Galush can sit there and mute anybody that starts mouthing off or acting up. By forcing people to come in, you're not just doing something with an ADA compliance issue as much as you tried to go through in the ordinance and also the resolution to cover your butts on this. You didn't, because if somebody is sick, is not feeling well, they get a cold, they get COVID, they break their leg, and they can't get in here to have a conversation about something, that is a disenfranchisement of the citizens. I recommend 2026 R18 be dropped, period, flat, done. Or everybody has to be online so Gina can just sit there and hit the mute button like I like her to do occasionally. It's kind of a fun thing to do. For the chief situation, that donation of $5,000, most donations that come into the situation do not necessarily have to go to something specific. My recommendation is potentially we work on some of the vehicles we have now. Because I know they have maintenance issues and we have gas that we have to pay for and stuff like that. It'd be nice if we took that donation and actually kept our existing fleet up and running instead of sticking another one on the books. So that's my 2 cents on that one. So, and I really appreciate that. It's kind of cool.
Oh. Oh.
I'd like to say some words about the conduct of our police force, specifically as it relates to charges against been assaulted, engaging in First Amendment activities at protests, and workers soliciting petition signatures. Almost every single time those assaulted have been threatened with or charged with crimes, often the ones who assaulted them suffered inadequate or no legal consequences. It's a corrupt, biased policing. There are real world consequences of this. Corrupt and selective police actions lead to stochastic terrorism because when police don't charge assailants, they become emboldened because they believe they won't suffer any consequences. It also leads to violent vigilantism. People will take matters into their own hands and seek retribution because police aren't doing anything to protect those harmed. Nearly all of the assaults were on women. It's no surprise law enforcement refuses to protect women in Walsenburg. Law enforcement are much more likely to commit domestic violence than the general population. According to Google AI, 20 to 40% of law enforcement commits acts of domestic violence on their own family. Since they won't, they need to be forewarned. From this point forward, we will defend ourselves and the women in our community with extreme prejudice. Law enforcement or not, it is a sin to allow others to harm women. Last but not least, this town is over-policed. I grew up near Nolanville, Texas. It was featured on 60 Minutes during the 70s for it being a speed trap with a corrupt police force. So much so that the nearby Army base would not allow soldiers to travel through there or live there. It was a crap town then, and 55 years later, it still is. It never amounted to anything. People, especially young families, don't want to live in towns that use law enforcement as a revenue gathering force. This town will never attract new families in its current circumstances. No one wants to live in a community where law enforcement poses a corrupt threat to them and their families.
Carmen Lara.
Carmen Lara, Lara. First of all, Mr. Hyatt writes the ordinances, not a P&Z member. That's just the way it is. And I hope you can go ahead and change the ordinance so these young ones can have a chance to show their stock, their livestock. Okay, so this time we have a summary of the revenues to expenses, which is really good. The numbers look really good with this report. Once you go through the actual report with all the figures and you look at each fund, there are some that are 4,000 over the budget for the line item. So this report is good, but this one tells you that if you're not looking at the one spending over 4,000% of their budget, you need to start looking because they shouldn't be spending anymore. And this goes for the insurance, a lot of the employee things, vehicles, just so much that you need to really start paying attention to and not let them spend anymore. The treasurer's report on December 31st, 2023, Mr. Moore closed the Stiefel account, had the fire pension and the gas fund. Fire pension was $30,485.94. The gas fund was 93,000 plus. Okay, so nobody knows where that money went to, but that money in the fire pension was to go to the last living person that gets their monthly $75. So I have asked you multiple times to please look into that so that you can pay this gentleman his money before he passes away, I hope. That's a lot of money unaccountable for, even though CBI apparently didn't find it or notice it. The purchasing policy made in 2008 is 2017 R02. Y'all need to look at that. It was also amended May 6th of 2008 with the $5,000 and all that good stuff. So I hope you will look at that as well. The profit and loss for the golf course, does it show all the money that they're being given? The 15,000, the refrigerator, the oil, all this stuff. Is that on here too? Should, because nobody should be spending any money on the golf course. Also, the golf course lease clearly states that the tenant shall maintain everything, including the restrooms. The only thing that the city is responsible for is the buildings and the exterior walls. So you're not following that either. You're spending money that you shouldn't be.
Ryan Dees.
Today. Good evening, council. I apologize. I had to come in dirty today. It's been a rough day. I've been down to Los Angeles County to meet with the emergency manager, the fire department's down there. We're working on fire suppression systems in Levita today. I wish that I could prepare it well as the children did. I thought they did great. Thank you, Mr. Martinez, for your motion there. Chief Administrator. I'm here on this resolution 2026. I'm a Levita resident, Huerfano County. I own a business here in the county. I own a very large building here in the city. I'm a state licensed master plumber. I've worked on every city building, done just about every county building. I do not have time to show up to these Tuesday meetings. I still believe that what happens is important to me. I believe that my opinion also mirrors that of many of our other citizens in this city. I don't believe that we should have to be in this building to be heard. I do agree with Mr. Decker. If we all have to be in this building, you're going to need another wall, not another door, because you're going to have a lot more people in here. They're going to be angry. And I don't understand why you'd want to bring more angry people into this room. I don't understand that. I haven't had time to read through this, but even within a short period of time, I can see that this is wrong. I know that I've seen already, and I have heard already the comments that come online, right? From people from out of the city, from across the country. It's like Facebook every now and then in here, and I totally understand that. It's not fair to the rest of you. Chief Finelli, I know you have a difficult job, Mr. Pacheco. You signed up for the jobs, right? We knew that was going to be. I came to Walsenburg without any idea. I am so angry at my realtor. I would have never bought a house here, nor a building, nor bought. But I'm here and I'm doing what I can to improve what I can do. Mr. Decker, many of the other volunteers here, I already volunteer 8 hours a week within the county. I don't have time for 2 hours here. I would rather be up on a ladder with this meeting in my ear so that I can pay attention to what's going on. I felt it was necessary for me to be here to look you all in the eye and say, I cannot believe that you came to this conclusion. Mr. Mayor, I understand that you're taking a lot of flack. Everybody in this room, I mean, water bills, whatever, the problems were way before the rest of y'all.
We didn't write this, you know that.
I have no idea who wrote that thing. I don't know how it got this far. How did it get this far if y'all didn't write it? This, I mean, if that came out of Mr. Hyatt.
Yeah, we asked for it.
Yeah. Okay.
After they asked.
I think that's part of the problem.
I'm not going to interrupt you.
Yeah. I mean, you say we didn't write it, but you asked for it. And if this is what it is, shame on all y'all. You're looking for a much bigger problem.
We didn't all ask for it.
I would hope that I could monitor the rest of the ongoing of the city and participate. My civic responsibility is important to me. my government responsibility here. We're paying taxes.
Appreciate you coming.
Appreciate that.
And online we have, is there anybody else in the room? Okay, and online we have Lucky 67. If I could just get your first and last name, that'd be great.
Lucky 67, and that's my first and last name that I want to abide by today. I could be Ralph Macchio if I want to. Thank you. I don't want you to violate my First Amendment right, and I agree with these speakers tonight that this is one of the dumbest ordinances ever. People can speak via Zoom, and it says special accommodation. So that would mean the city attorney special accommodations because he's speaking via Zoom. The city attorney should be there in person in case if something goes down, that he has the right to say, council members so-and-so, you're going in the wrong direction in person instead of online. Number two, a council member stated last month or so, I forgot who was saying that Mayor Graham out in Pueblo sets the meeting and nobody speaks online. That is false. Several people have spoken via Zoom as I'm speaking right now. Even some city employees have spoken via Zoom. So if you guys want to do this, that means every city employee, we have to be there in person. And like that other gentleman was saying, that if somebody has a surgery or if they're under the weather, that they could address their government via Zoom. Or if they have a family emergency, have to go out of town, they could address you via Zoom. And that room would be a lot bigger if everybody and their grandmas would be going in there to address this clown show. And as for the chief, I saw a wonderful gentleman at Walsenburg post that video of you all up in his bubble demanding his ID, and then you told the other guy 25 feet. I should want to know what law that is. He wasn't impeding. He was just recording his government, which he pays part of your salary. So there's no 25 feet. As long as he wasn't putting hands on you or interfering with the alleged crime that guy was allegedly violating, which he was recording from a public sidewalk. I would like you guys to go on YouTube when you're not working and go to Sean Paul Reyes, First Amendment Auditor. All these people get scared of cameras. And one idiot said, oh, it's the person behind the camera. No. If people want to go in there with a tripod, if it's out of a walkway, they could record that meeting with a tripod or monopod or on their phone. That is not a crime. What would be a crime is if you tell Joe Schmo, oh, you can't record. That's a violation of their First Amendment right. And I know a damn good attorney that would sue you guys so much, your great grandkids would be paying them out, even if they're not born yet. So go ahead and pass that and get several people to file a lawsuit. And I would be one to file a lawsuit. People don't have to be a resident of a city to talk to a government. I could speak to Aurora City Council. I could speak to Newark, New Jersey City Council if I want. And so can you. That is your First Amendment right. And we could cuss as long as somebody's not.
Thank you. Time's up.
Blair Stutzman.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I hope you find something for the kids. And thank you, Jerry. That's another example that you might have someone in there that knows a little bit instead of fighting him. At least, you know, he's probably the best one I've seen yet. You know, you guys took a class about all this and how to act, and you just interrupted the gentleman in his 3 minutes. I think, and I don't know, but from what I heard, you were not supposed to say anything when someone's speaking, not answer them, not engage with them in any way. So then they told you to grow thick skin. The same night, you asked your attorney what to do, and he told you to grow thick skin. And then you come up with this, you know, this resolution, both of them really. So I'm glad everyone else feels the way I do about this. I'm out of state. I own property and business in Walsenburg. I probably would be doing more business in Walsenburg, but this is Walsenburg. This is why Walsenburg is Walsenburg. Because instead of maybe not giving people something to come to you at and try more to do the legal right thing and give equity to everyone, you wouldn't have people complaining to you. Okay? Or just, resign, just get someone else to take your place. But in my personal opinion, I think you need to grow thick skin and don't give people anything to come at you at. I mean, you're going to get some and you're going to have to listen to it. That's what this is about. Get on Zoom. Okay. You can go to any county, any city and listen to their council meetings. And so to do this, you guys are just trying to restrict who is going to comment. Okay. And if you think what investor wants to come there and put money into something and you can't come to a city, and you got a little thing here that says, oh, we can, call in and we'll let you know if you can come or not. So anyway, I'm glad you're starting to enforce your codes for code enforcement for the city limits. And I hope that you're going to have equity in that, because there's a lot of places that have, construction, cranes and different things in city limits that shouldn't be there. There's a lot of things in city limits. All right. Thank you, guys.
Joshua Lloyd.
Hold your hands up.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'd like to start out by saying good evening, Mayor and members of council.
Cranes and heavy equipment, and all kinds of crap in city limits.
He's the green one.
One is.
He's the one in the green square.
Blair.
I am pissed.
Blair, your mic's still on. Good on.
There you go.
Sorry about that. I'll restart you.
Okay.
Mr. Lloyd.
Okay. All right. So let's start over again. Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. I just want to begin by saying that, I genuinely believe this board is willing to listen. You've had plenty of citizens, non-citizens come and tell you about their issues tonight. The fact that many of them have picked up on the training that you guys obviously did not. No offense, but this resolution and this ordinance is bringing a lot down on you. I now that I find out that it's Dan, I'm actually quite surprised that Dan came up with this stuff with the amount of holes and legal liability that you have with this resolution and ordinance. I also reported to you last meeting that the chief has not responded to any of my core requests. Very simple core requests. It kind of surprises me. You're more than willing to follow your ordinances and your laws for goats, but you're not willing to, have them follow the law and, fulfill the core requests as they should be, on top of the liability of him trespassing me from a sidewalk for filming and not even saying anything to him. It just, kind of concerns me that I did not get any communication. And last time I checked, silence is not a policy. But in the Walsenburg policy, it does state 16-3-311. I have the right to record government officials in their duty, which also pertains to your your ordinance and your resolutions as of tonight. I would strongly urge that you guys do not follow through on the ordinance and resolution tonight. I would also ask once again, very kindly, if you could tell the police chief to fulfill my core requests. I really don't want to have to get this information. I mean, Mr. Pacheco said litigation brings clarity, but it shouldn't have to come to litigation, should it? But again, I just respectfully ask that my core requests be fulfilled. I like to see that Mr. Pacheco, you know, and the chief lifted the trespass order off of Good Citizen Media. You know, I appreciate that. I still haven't gotten anything on whether it stands, nothing. So, again, I thank you for your time, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
Cynthia Cresswell.
Thank you. Cynthia Cresswell, Cresswell. I've got a couple things, so I'll try and go over them quickly. The first is very concerning. There was an incident that happened towards the end of last week, and it broke several Colorado revised statutes, 18-13-112 concerning hazardous waste spill, 18-4-511 considered littering, water pollution, discharging harmful or noxious liquid substances into soil or environments violates Colorado Water Quality Control Act. Business owners, homeowners, anybody that resides in this city needs to be much more conscientious of any possible consequences or injuries that could come of their actions and any laws that are being broken. I couldn't believe it when it was brought to my attention. The dumping of paint not only could have harmed domestic animals, wildlife, can seep into the soil, and I'm quite sure the individual that did it was fully aware of what they did. So that needed to be brought up. I guess I would just feed off of everybody else's regarding 2026 I-18. By submitting this to a vote for approval, you're effectively choosing to silence the voices of any and all homebound citizens whose only option to be a part of their local government and be heard is now being stripped away. That, like the gentleman said, inviting people into chambers, you're looking at inviting a lot more problems than what you get by people online and their comments because you don't want to hear them. The last thing that I'm going to have to say is a readdress to a comment that was made last Thursday at the meeting in reference to the Golf Association. Mayor Vazani made a statement that the Golf Association runs the golf course for free. That was an incorrect statement. Per the lease and contract that they have with the city, they take care and maintain in lieu of monthly rental. They also collect cart rental fees, green fees, of which they keep the revenue, and they also keep any and all profits that they make from food and drink sales. The reason I did this is I wanted that incorrect statement corrected, and I want it on record that was an misinformation that was provided by the mayor in regards to the golf course. Thank you.
Trish Clancy.
Good evening. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. While I don't live in Walsenburg, I do own property in Huerfano County, and I do plan to live in Walsenburg. And I do plan to attend in person if that's the only way for me to attend. I have a difficult time understanding why you would ask your attorney to draft this. And it looks by his report that he started on May 15th. And he finished this document on May 29th. I trust you had an opportunity to read it before you met tonight. And I would really be very perplexed and curious as to why you would read this document in its current state. Because obviously, for people who don't want to pollute our environment by making a drive to Walsenburg from wherever they are, should have an opportunity to participate in your city government. And our voice should be heard, taken into account. Maybe we don't all live there right now, but I do pay taxes in Huerfano County, and I do plan to live there, and I would like to make your city a better place. I didn't have an opportunity to chime in when you asked if there were any questions of the Assistant City Administrator's report. I was getting a sip of water, so if I could ask, do you have any written policies that require you to seek competitive bids for equipment purchases and construction projects? Do you have any RFP process that you follow? And what causes me to ask this question is there's a note that you're setting aside $100,000 for the purchase of playground equipment. And there's only one company that appears as though you've sourced for that project. And I can't see any other evidence that you asked for bids to make a separate entrance to your council chambers. You may want to get some bids too, to increase the size of your council chambers if you should decide to move ahead with your 2026 R18 legislation. Thank you.
Rodriguez.
Good evening. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about the police department. To the self-appointed legal scholars from Google University in the comment section, I know facts can be inconvenient when they don't fit the narrative, but here's a few anyways. In the 2 years that the department has existed, Chief Finelli built a fully staffed and functioning department in less time than he was given. While some people spent their time criticizing from behind keyboards and podiums or standing outside the department, harassing his officers, he spent his time actually building something. He's gone above and beyond what was asked of him every single step of the way. And despite the constant second-guessing accusations and armchair expertise from a handful of loud citizens who seem to think outrage is a substitute for leadership, he did it with integrity. When criticism is directed outward, it's called accountability, but when sorry, sorry. When criticism is directed outward, it's called accountability. But when officers respond or defend themselves, suddenly it becomes outrage or claims of unfair treatment. It's easy to criticize. It's easy to complain. It's easy to point fingers when you've never had to carry the responsibility yourself. What's difficult is showing up every day, building a department from the ground up, making hard decisions, and still maintaining professionalism while people question your motives at every turn. The reality is, this department exists today because of people like Chief Finelli, who is easy on the eyes, if I might add, chose to work instead of complain. And whether some people want to admit it or not, this community is better because of it. God bless Walsenburg and God bless America. Thank you.
On fire, brother.
Thank you.
Ready.
Your pictures.
John DiNicola. 8 advertisements.
I'd like to apologize to Veronica for calling her Veronica Sandoval in the last meeting. Veronica, I apologize. I'd like to speak to you guys about the ordinance regarding recording in the lobby area where you decided that it's no longer a non-public forum, it's a limited public forum. Although we do have some issues with that because for some reason we're being told that you cannot film behind the glass, which I find amusing because people have eidetic memories, people have photographic memories. I'd love to know how you're going to stop from gathering that information that's being left out. And why it's being left out should be the bigger question. Again, the chief uses the plain view doctrine. I mean, there's no difference. The Act of 1974, the Privacy Act, which the attorney probably should have looked into, it's not the information that's collected, it's how you use the information. Then we go to your little 2026 R18. I'm going to put Mr. Hyatt, Mr. Pacheco, Mr. Galusha, the mayor, and this entire dais on warning. If this resolution passes, I will, with swift movement, send you a letter of intent. This ordinance or this resolution is incredibly vague, to say the least. The fact that you're trying to limit public comment to people that are in the room, I'm surprised that Dan didn't realize that that would be a viewpoint discrimination issue. I don't get it. It's a 14th Amendment issue, Dan. It's equal. It's called equal access. You know, what is it? Yeah, it ain't. You know what I'm talking about, Dan. Give me a break with this crap. It's First Amendment retaliation as well. And that's another thing where you're trying to get first and last names. That's not only a First Amendment issue, that's a Fourth Amendment issue. We're not required to give you anything. We're the ones that put you in those seats. We're the ones that dictate how this rolls, not you. I don't understand why you don't get that. And you know, here's another thing. Sam Light told you guys, and he warned you guys specifically about what you're doing. And he told you, don't do it. Mr. Hyatt in the last meeting said, table this thing so I can look into it. Clearly, he didn't look into it enough. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you pass this, every one of you is going to be a named defendant in my lawsuit against the city of Walsenburg. Guaranteed. I will give you your 14-day notice. You'll get that tomorrow if you pass it. But I'm telling you right now, I will sue every one of you that votes for this thing. Everyone.
Thank you.
I have only a first name, Virginia. If you wouldn't mind providing your last name.
Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
It's Virginia Gillespie. I couldn't find the chat to put my name in. It's Gillispie. And thank you for giving me the chance to speak. I want to echo the others who have discussed the concern about the limitation on the participation. I spoke at the, I think it was a working session a couple weeks ago, just expressing my appreciation for being able to participate remotely. I can drive down there out of city. I can drive there, and I intend to actually, if that's going to be the only way to participate. But I agree that it is a waste of gas. COVID taught us that we can do these meetings remotely. It does give people the opportunity to participate. I recognize the ADA language in the resolution. I encourage you all to table it, put it away. It's not, it reads like something that is designed to limit participation, period. And what concerns me is the ADA language is very clear. Mr. Hyatt, I think, is the attorney. However, this is going to put you all in the position of adjudicating disabilities, and none of you is able to do that. That's something we do with workplaces, right? Disability forms, FMLA, that's not, and that it's also going to open the door for selective participation. Somebody will call and say, my leg, I can't participate. And whoever answers that inquiry will say, okay, you can join by Zoom. The other concern is that the members of the board and the other individuals being in that have sort of consulting role are allowed to join or participate by Zoom. And it's just, it sounds so selective. It are very
We lost you. I think we lost you.
You fell off.
Well, something wrong with the computer.
Got 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining. 103 remaining in Earth comments. We'll go ahead and move on to Brian Lalander.
Permit. That's a big old convoluted process that you don't want to have to force these people down. If you choose to allow goats in the city, I encourage you to section maybe just 7, 6, 10 and have Dan carve goats out from the livestock definition as a different class and create some simple permitting process similar to chickens and rabbits. The other thing I'd like to address is in John Galusha's administration report. I noticed mention of water taps along Highway 10. And I can't imagine anything along Highway 10 that wouldn't be within the non-wastewater treatment plant area that was defined in 2025 R09. And so I'm wondering if those technical and legal reviews were issued and if council would have to approve those taps. Don't expect an answer, just a question for you to jot down there, Jerry. Thanks.
Robert Ellsworth.
Hey, just unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good evening, everybody. Robert Ellsworth here. So I'm just gonna, I think four items here. That clock that you put up, great idea. Impossible to see from our vantage view. If you put it behind you, we could see it. And if it has a 10-second warning, that might be helpful to others to know that your time is running out. Not to be too sarcastic, but hire the goats, put them to use. Weeds in some of these lots that they could be eaten down, and put them to use for the city. I'm not going to mention names, but I am talking with somebody who has a farm at the edge of town, and they're possibly interested in housing them there. They just have a few questions, so maybe tomorrow I'll contact one of you and try to get some answers. That way they're close by. Please do not eliminate the Zoom and require people to come in. I noticed when we first started this Zoom thing back in COVID 2020, about a year and a half, 2 years into it, you eliminated the side chat bar because there was a lot of negative comments. And there we go again. It's a lot of negative comments. People are saying things. You're just trying to control what's being said. It's kind of obvious. I'm just going to say, don't even vote. Just let it die, please. I would come in more often, but I really feel that you guys are, I hate to say it, but a government office that doesn't allow legal citizens to carry into, you know what I'm talking about, is a soft target. That's it. Thank you.
Mark Craddock?
This is Mark Craddock. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Given the comments Mr. Hyatt made a couple weeks ago in advising you on these very matters that are before you today, I find it really hard to believe that his heart was in the drafting of both the ordinance and resolution. I am certainly acted in your direction with all due competence, but I bet if you asked him point blank, he would discourage you from passing these. I understand criticism stinks. You guys don't get paid enough, it seems, to put up with that. Take it from someone who gets criticism all the time, because my name is very much in the public arena. And occasionally actually filters into meetings, as Mayor Bazzani might recall last Tuesday during the work session, that he and Kay Whitley both had some comments to make about it comes with the turf. Thick skin has to develop, but my goodness, reeling in public comment, public participation as so anathema to what grassroots democracy is about. I so discourage you. And I have to echo not only the comments of the people here tonight, but your Sursa representative and what Mr. Hyatt said a couple of weeks ago as well. I discourage you from codifying this because it's just wrong. It's one of the things you put up with for sitting on that dais. It's one of those things I put up with for having my byline out in the public once a week. I survive it. I'm sure you guys can too. So I encourage you to unceremoniously kill both of these actions before you tonight. Thank you. I'll give you the rest of my time back.
Emays Sandoval?
Good evening, council. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Demays Sandoval, Deemaes Sandoval. Thank you, Mayor, Council, City Administrator, for allowing me to speak. The power to question is the basis of all human progress. Indira Gandhi. Thank you, Councilperson Mays, for clarifying that not all council asked for 2026 R18. I think we can pretty much tell from when it was first talked about who's behind having this presented. Once again, you break your own rules and requirements at every term. Lucky 67 got on to speak. Say you won't let people unless they give their real name, but yet he spoke. And that's fine with me. I'm just saying, you don't even enforce what you talk about. Then you gave Blair extra time. I don't care, no problem. But you do that, Mayor, continually when you pick and choose who you're going to allow speak longer. In response to Ms. Clancy, as far as RFPs and hiring people, we all found out that the mayor hires at will who he decides. And I'm going to speak to what happened out at the youth camp. Whoever Andrietta is, he decided that they would be hired and paid in lieu of or in return for a water line that they laid. Okay, George Orwell, if liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. Voltaire, I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to death your right to say it. Noam Chomsky, if we do not believe in freedom of speech for those we despise, we do not believe in it at all. Benjamin Franklin, whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech. John Milton, give me the liberty to know, to utter, and to argue freely according to conscience above all liberties. Larry Flint, freedom of speech doesn't protect speech you like, it protects speech you don't like. Winston Churchill, everyone is in favor of free speech. Hardly a day passes without it being extolled. But some people's idea of it is that they are free to say what they like, but if anyone else says anything back, that's an outrage. You are now bordering on censorship, and censorship is easily abused. Now you want people in chambers. What's next? Their ID? Remember which council person called for that? Once the power to restrict speech exists, there will be more restrictions to come. Open dialogue exposes lies, deceit, and brings out the truth. We saw that last meeting. Limiting speech limits thought. You can't think freely if you can't speak freely.
Kim Kohler.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Kimberly Kohler. I'm not a resident of Walsenburg. However, Colorado Revised Statutes does not define the public as a resident of the town. I'd also like you guys, before you pass the ordinance to remove the Zoom, to please consider any survivors that may be living with a traumatic brain injury. They may be suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's. Often these meetings are important to us. It gives us a time to go back and reflect on what should have happened or what could have happened. It also gives us an accountability to go back and remember things that we're not able to remember on our own. Tonight, before you guys vote for that, please take a moment and consider people that have memory and cognitive disabilities. I personally had a hard time using the Walsenburg website at the last meeting and wasn't able to re-enter. The website's currently not ADA compliant. It would be sad if you passed more ordinances to restrict the public further. Thank you.
And Grant Bonicelli, it looks like you dropped off. Did you wish to speak? Is he still there?
Yeah. Grant, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we got you.
You know, I just want to speak on the police department. I think that they do a fine job. You know, Walsenburg once was a very nice place. People had pride in the community. They took care of their properties. And over the years, we've had a lot of issues with crime, drugs, and a lot of that falls back to not having a police department. Right now, you guys have a chance to change Walsenburg and bring it back for the better. And you got to keep heading in the direction that you are. There's a common denominator in a lot of these issues people are having with the police. There's many run-ins with the same individuals over and over and over. So, Chief Vanelli, I appreciate you. and keep up the good work. And you've really slowed down some of my issues that I've had at my properties. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Erica Vio? Oh, that's a thumbs up. Sorry, Erica.
That's all.
We're just,
That's it?
yes, sir.
Okay, we'll move on. I can't figure out how to get my clock off. Well, it's gonna beep. Beeps, I'll shut it off. All right, action on ordinance 1216.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 1216, second reading, and ordinance providing that individuals prosecuted in municipal court may not be subjected to penalties that exceed the state caps for the corresponding offenses.
I got a motion by Don Martinez,
Second.
second by Pam Brightweiser. Any discussion? Roll call.
Veronica Mays? Yes. Jennifer Novak?
Yes.
Pamela Brightweiser?
Yes.
Don Martinez?
Yes.
Fred Ecker?
Yes.
Mayor Bazzani?
Yes.
Ronald Stafford?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, next is ordinance 1217. I need a motion to introduce it or it'll be table.
Wouldn't it die?
Or, yeah, die, however you want to look at it. I guess I can bring it back. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on. Action on resolution 2026 R18. There's a lot of comments on this. It looks like it's not going to get brought up. I am not in favor of stopping any of the comment section from anywhere, live or online. I think this come about when
I don't think you can say anything about it if it didn't get into.
Wait till your comments.
I will say it.
I think we should address it. I
I
mean,
think we should. I mean, why have I ignored it?
Be introduced.
I think we should address it.
I'm asking for the introduction. That's what I'm doing. I'm allowed to do that. I'm running the meeting. I think this big fiasco we had a few months ago, there was a lot of council comments about we are allowed to run a meeting. We should be treated with a little bit of respect, and I think that's what started all this. I don't like the restriction of people talking. I don't think that should be in there. The part that should be in there is if you're not gonna let us conduct a peaceful public meeting, we need to have some kind of way to deal with it. That's all we started with, and that's all this should have been. I think this is too much, so
I think
that's my opinion.
I think we should have had a discussion versus somebody making one comment and then it blew into this.
I agree with that because it was just one comment.
Right, and then that comment doesn't even get a motion, so.
Yeah, and I didn't give a motion, so I don't know why it's being said that I gave direction because it didn't.
It was your idea.
But I brought it up, I gave my statement, my thoughts, and I asked for council's opinions. I asked for Hyatt's opinions, and then this was on here. So don't go telling people that I gave direction.
I didn't tell people anything.
You did, you said it
on video.
Yeah, you said it earlier that I gave direction.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Okay, is that enough comments?
Don't be lying.
I know.
Don't be lying.
I'm not lying. You said it. It's on video.
Yeah, I did not give direction. I did not make a motion.
Okay, people can watch the video, make up their own
They
mind.
can.
Watch.
All right. I'm not getting an introduction, I don't think. Next is action on alternate access to council chambers. Dr. Lucia.
So this is information for you that I got a bid so that you would know what it would cost to put a new doorway in with a ADA ramp. It gets to this level. That we can't do it with this doorway. We can't get ADA access that way. So that it would be to just close an entryway to come into this room, so we don't have the
From that wall?
on that wall. And so that, so that you don't have people coming in, we can lock the rest of the building. And then lock the doors through the hallway for access to the restrooms. This is information.
And I figured that north one was probably because ADA issues, but. Okay. Anybody got any comments?
I like the setup the way it is now.
Okay.
I'm the one running to the bathroom almost every other meeting too, so.
Anybody else? I don't think we were expecting action tonight, are we?
No,
Has it went out to bid?
no.
Okay.
This is, you asked for a quote.
Okay.
This is for information and staff direction.
Okay.
And I think I got it.
Okay. That's all you need? Okay. Action on Chief Vanelli purchase a 2017 Ford Explorer. Mr. Vanelli, you want to address it now?
I don't know. I mean, pretty self-explanatory.
Somebody put it on the agenda.
I have a $20,000 vehicle budget that you guys approved. I'm asking you 6,000 of it with a $5,000 donation. Mr. Decker's point, it's a moot point. We're trying to rotate. We have 190,000 miles on here on vehicles. We can fix them all day long, but $5,000 is only going to go so far. We have another budget line item for repair and maintenance. This vehicle will supplement and take one of our vehicles that are almost 200,000 miles out of service and put a one with less or pretty close to 100,000 in service. Until we can get with you guys and you guys can approve a fleet budget and we can have new vehicles to drive around, we're stuck buying things that are 9-10 years old, which I don't have a problem with because I know this vehicle has been maintained and will suffice and match the fleet that we have now.
How many miles it got on it? Don't say. I missed it too.
It has. I have it somewhere. It might be in the donation letter.
Yeah.
It has from what I'm told, it has like 101,000 miles on it. So we're talking 87,000 miles less than the vehicle that I personally drive for the fleet. The officers need it more than I do. And this vehicle, like I said, I have every other piece of equipment. It's completely upfitted. I have a radio that'll slap in it and it'll be fully functioning the day that we drive it down from Pueblo.
I have a question. If you decommission another vehicle that isn't running well enough to be usable, does it go to the crusher?
No.
How much is the crusher paying?
It's worthless to do that. We will try to recycle it. Maybe we'll donate it to another agency, like another fire agency that just took a 200,000 mile vehicle that we had that came from the sheriff's office and be civic minded in that respect for another agency. Or we'll strip it and sell it to the public. A lot of people drive cars with 200,000 miles. It's not convenient for police officers to do it.
And if I may, Chief, one thing about when you have a fleet, if you have a particular vintage of vehicle, you buy them in bulk, you can scavenge and salvage and get more long-term life out of that fleet. For example, if there's an accident, you have a police vehicle that has low miles but gets in an accident, but we got another vehicle that could use the parts from that vehicle. That's what we used to do in Pueblo. We used to buy like 25 police cars at a time. But once you get a consistent fleet, then you're able to, your mechanics and everybody else can scavenge and salvage and get a good fleet going.
And we've already done that with a couple of the vehicles we got from the sheriff's office. As we purchased one from Fremont County for $2,500 a year and a half ago, sheriff's office donated the same type of vehicle, a Ford Taurus. We were able to take the doors off of one to make it an all black police car and just parting it out, just like Mr. Pacheco says. So there's multiple different things we can do.
There was some mention about maybe leasing a fleet, having newer vehicles for our officers. Would we not want to do this now if that was a possibility in the near future?
The amount of time that it'll take to get a lease contract, get the amount of vehicles, get them upfitted, is way beyond. It usually takes 6 months to get 1 to 2 police vehicles upfitted if we bought them, had a fleet, unless we bought it from a law enforcement fleet type place where they're already upfitted. But still, we're talking way more than $6,000. Buying one at a time or leasing one at a time is probably not the smartest. We would probably want to look at it as a city to lease. And Mr. Pacheco and I have had this conversation. We just don't think it's conducive right now. Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the 2017 Ford Explorer for $6,000 plus the $5,000 donation.
I got a motion by Don Martinez. I hear a second.
You guys have heard from our financial guy, Mr. Lalander, last meeting. We have the budget line item. It's not a matter of, you've already approved the $20,000. It's just a matter of us taking it out of there. I mean, it's approved. So not trying to be like
Purchases over 5,000 have to be approved by council.
exactly. I'm coming to you.
My next question is you take 5 out of that 20, it leaves you what, 15? What do you think?
14. What's that?
What's that gonna buy you in the future?
Well, if we had to buy another one like that, this one's only $11,000. We'd still have $3,000 left at the end of the year, and that because we would have 14 left. I'm not anticipating it. I wasn't anticipating doing this one. It's just too good of a deal to pass up with $8,000 worth of law enforcement equipment in it, minus a radio we already own.
I'm still a little bit, we adopted a budget. We're overspending in the police department. And you told me, I trust you. We'll give it some time and.
It's a line item, Mr. Mayor. It's not I mean, yeah, you could do the amendment.
It's a negative line item.
It's not a negative line. It's a $20,000 vehicle budget that hasn't been touched for the year, and we're in June.
I'm looking at your whole budget.
I understand that, but we're looking at line items. If you wanted to just give me a pot of money like you did last year to start this, then we could have done that. But no, we have line items. Mr. Galusha and I worked on this before Mr. Pacheco got here, and that's what we thought would be good for a vehicle budget. Now I'm asking you to use 6,000 of the money that you've already approved. If you have to move the other 14 at the end of the year, then you have to move the other 14 at the end of the year. But
yeah, just because it's budgeted don't mean you have to spend it.
No, you're absolutely right.
So I'm just, we know we have financial issues with your department. I mean, we are overspending. I mean, we opted a budget to do that.
What do you want the cops to do? We have no bikes. You want to buy a motorcycle? We have no motorcycle cops.
No, I'm just
saying.
General consensus.
You guys approved my budget at the beginning of the year. Mr. Martinez has made a motion to do this. Obviously, he is not. I mean, we're looking at the future of the police department. If this vehicle lasts 2 years,
Yeah. The city
Treasurer.
treasurer is asking to speak.
Brian.
Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, so I would just point out that the chief is right. Line item 01526600, you budgeted $20,000 for police cars. And that's a capital purchase and improvement. So that would be under your capital improvement appropriation, and you would not be using that for your operating expenses. That would be for capital improvements anyway. So It's your choice whether or not this is a good idea, but it was something that was considered when you adopted the budget.
I just, I support the police 100%. I just want to make everybody aware we're overspending. I mean, at the end of the year, don't somebody holler at me, say, we've overspent this much.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, we're actually having internal discussions about the need to do a mid-year budget adjustment, to clarify this, to also, I'd like the city to get into the practice of approving staffing levels as part of the budget itself. And so when you approve an annual budget, you approve the positions in each department and you approve the salary ranges in those departments. And we have the job specs that would match those. So we're working on that to kind of bring clarity and better numbers on some of the things that were assumed in the 2026 budget. John didn't have much to go. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, John, but there are some things where you had to kind of guess on some of these numbers. And now that we've got, hopefully approaching 6 months worth of financials, we could start looking at some of these things, cleaning up the numbers, clarifying and making sure that they're accurate. And then provide city council an update on where we are financially. If we do need to curtail some expenditures, we'll have a recommendation for that. If we're going to be able to live within the total budget limit that was approved for 26, we'll let you know that too. But probably in the next 30 days or so, there's going to have to be an analysis of that. That said, the deal that the chief has, plus we have an external donation. I mean, it's kind of like looking a gift horse in the mouth. I think we would all encourage the council to go ahead and move forward and approve this acquisition. It's these are the tools and the materials that these departments need. If we need to pull back something else in the next few months, we will. But I wouldn't say we're at a point right now where we need to stop these purchases of equipment that I would determine to be an essential need piece of equipment.
I will second Don's motion.
If I start from the audience, I can't start that. I'm sorry. I would like to. I can't. Okay. I got a second by Pam Brightweiser. Discussion.
Right, I'm seconding because it is a fully equipped, we're getting $8,000, even if I still wish, I want you all living in town and paying sales tax here. By shopping at Safeway for all your groceries. I worry about the wear and tear to Canyon City and back. But I don't want you not to feel supported here to do the best job that you can do here. And $5,000 is well below that level.
11.
6, donations 5. Yeah.
Donations 5, 6.
Yeah, the total price of the car is 11.
So that's why I seconded.
Okay. Anybody else? Roll call.
Don Martinez,
Yes.
Pamela Brightweiser,
Yes.
Ronald Stafford,
He had to leave.
Veronica Mays,
Yes.
Mayor Bazzani,
Yes.
Jennifer Novak,
Yes.
Fred Ecker,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you. And the officers will greatly appreciate it even more.
Okay. Next, action on resolution 26R17. Ron, can you explain this one for sure?
We did some.
Yeah.
So the city of Walsenburg had its own OQ plan when the city operated the gas department. Since the city now contracts with Black Hills has their own OQ plan. In order for us to meet the Department of Regulatory Agency's requirements, we have to adopt an OQ plan for the city of Walsenburg. The only way that works is for the city of Walsenburg to adopt the Black Hills operator qualification. And so this was a result of a meeting held with Department of Regulatory Agencies on May 19th. And this is when we had our when they redid the review of the DIMP plan, there were 12 deficiencies, and this was one of the deficiencies of the. And so they will, once this is adopted, hopefully in June, they will plan an audit of the OQ for July.
Is there any cost associated with this?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Any cost associated? Or just adopting a better plan?
It's not necessarily a better plan, it's required that
Required plan.
we Bill's OQ plan.
Make a motion to adopt and I guess approve the operator qualification program plan for the city of Walsenburg's Natural Gas Department.
Got a motion by Veronica Mays,
Second.
second by Don Martinez. Further discussion?
Question?
Council none. Go ahead, Carmen.
Carmen Laura. So if you adopt this, does that mean that our employees also need to like get certified or qualified to do this?
We don't have any employees anymore.
None at all? What about lighting pilot lights and all of that?
Black Hills.
Oh, Black Hills.
Black Hills said that they will not light pilots. I think it's in their agreement.
It says that somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
What
So
did we just, I don't remember what we.
it's in the agreement.
Well, we have Art that we keep on retainer.
There's two.
Visible art.
Oh, he's leaving. He's Will Cervantes is his last day with the city will be this Friday, and then he's going to be hired by Black Hills to be the operator for them in this region.
So he'll be in this region, working for
He
us.
lives here. I mean,
He
he,
for us, but like he's an employee of Black Hills,
correct.
but like for our contract with them, he'll be here.
Yeah, us and Aguilar.
Okay, so since we are keeping Art on as consultant or whatever Art does, will he have to meet these qualifications?
Art will not be OQ'd.
He won't be.
He will not. And as far as pilot lights, that's a discussion. I don't believe it is in there.
It is in the agreement. I didn't bring the copy.
We'll report back on that. Let us research that, and that's an important issue with respect to the pilot light situation. Let us research that issue.
And there's a lot more too.
But
Because propane and natural gas are touchy. I know propane companies, they insist they won't turn it back on unless they're light to lights. And gas has to be somewhat similar to that, I would guess. So I think we have some kind of obligation there on pilot light. It ain't a matter of just somebody being too lazy to light their light. It's
let us look into that.
blow something up. I mean, that's the. Okay, you look into that?
Excel Energy does not.
That's outside of this.
Scope of this.
Yes. That's different, yeah.
You'll report back some of them.
Yeah, we'll research that.
So it's nice to know they hired him and we'll have a local guy here. Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Veronica Mays.
Yes.
John Martinez.
Yes.
Pamela Brightweiser.
Yes.
Mayor Bazzani.
Yes.
Ronald Stafford is still out. Jennifer Novak.
Yes.
Fred Eckert.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, action on resolution R19.
I make a motion to approve resolution. This one's resolution R 2026 R19. A resolution appointing deputy city clerk.
You can run it by.
I got a motion by Don Martinez, a second by Veronica Mays. Discussion? Nobody? Carmen?
Carmen Laura. So being that council is appointing a deputy city clerk, does that mean that council needs to, if it comes about, they need to let the person go, or is that for someone else in the office to do? Because if you're appointing them, it seems to me that you need to let them go and not just have somebody else let them go.
I don't understand the question, I guess.
Fired, Mr. Galusha fired Rick Colander, what's the job of the city council? That's what my question.
You're appointing somebody, if city council appoints someone, city council should be.
Let them go, bro. Thank you, ladies.
I mean, can it?
Does Gina have to leave?
I guess my question is, does city council have to appoint or can administration just hire the deputy? I mean, that might be a higher question.
It's an appointed position.
Mr. Hyatt, do you know if the deputy city clerk is an appointed position or can it be appointed by an administrator?
Oh, here we go again.
Okay. Sorry, I was muted there. The deputy city clerk can be appointed by the administration. It doesn't necessarily have to be done by the city council. But what is needed is a written trail. So if the administrator is going to do it, he needs to have a letter of appointment that is kept on the record. And that's because some things can be challenged for lack of authority. And so we need to have proof that the appointment actually occurred.
Or what, can council adopt this resolution tonight? What's your status on that?
Council, I was asked to prepare this resolution. Initially, I asked for a letter from the administration. And because of some ongoing things that are going to occur. And it was someone's decision at City Hall to ask for the resolution. So that's why it's before you. I have no issue if you don't want to approve this and just allow Mr. Pacheco to make an appointment as he desires and to memorialize it in writing.
If I may, Mr. Mayor, either way is fine with me. If you look into the recitals in this resolution, what we're trying to address is a situation where we don't have an appointed city clerk. And as a statutory municipality, we don't have, in bigger cities that are home rule cities, it's most typical that the city clerk is a city employee, a full-time city employee, non-elected position. But because we are a statutory city, we have a thing like a treasurer and a clerk that are elected. Absent city council appointing someone, we have to still perform the functions of the clerk's office. So basically Gina is operating in that capacity as a city employee, fulfilling the responsibility of an elected position. So I could go either way on it, but that's really what we're trying to do is make sure that Gina, when someone appeals, like the ballot initiative or whatever, we need to administratively have a hearing officer who has the authority to actually conduct a hearing. And so Gina would need to be that person. So we need to give Gina the authority, which is a delegated authority, really functioning as the clerk through this deputy clerk situation.
They sign liquor licenses, they sign special permit.
We still have to function.
A lot of things.
Mayor, Mr. Pacheco's argument is correct. The difference is that if the city council appoints the deputy city clerk, then the deputy city clerk is legally an officer of the city. And if Mr. Pacheco does it, that person is not an officer. And there's more legal import if the person is an officer of the city.
So the council should pass the resolution.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think it hurts.
I would go ahead and pass the resolution.
Okay. Carmen?
Carmen Lara, Lara. The problem is that your job descriptions are incorrect. Now,
We'll clean 'em up.
Attorney Vera wanted you to, when she was here, wanted you to change the job descriptions to match the job duties. That didn't happen. So who we don't have, elected city clerk was responsible, according to the Colorado Revised Statute, for, which never happened, any recall, election, all kinds of stuff. Your deputy clerk kind of meshed with them, but the job duties are unclear. So those need to be changed because you're not following statute and because you're not doing it the right way. And there was a deputy clerk position made because the previous councils, I don't remember what year that was, had a person that did not get reelected. And so they created a position for that person. And then that job stayed, but the job duties are not.
I think they were term limited.
Yeah, I
I
think,
think it was term limited and they tried overturning terms, that didn't work.
yeah,
Tried appointing it and that didn't work. And then we tried again to put it on the ballot and it didn't work.
yeah. So they created a position for this person and that's where the position came from. So you have basically two city clerks, one that's kind of elected and one that's kind of appointed, but the job duties are
They're not clean.
similar or different. It depends on whatever people are deciding to do. So that has to be cleared up.
It does.
Can we appoint the deputy city clerk and then have Mr. Pacheco work out the job description?
I don't know, one of the thoughts is that bring a mid-year budget adjustment as part of that. Will we have everything approved? This is our opportunity to make adjustments within the departments to get everybody the correct job titles, to get the job descriptions updated for what these people are actually doing.
You just did that.
I'm sorry?
Didn't you just do that?
No, but council would approve it. As part of the budget, city council would approve the organizational chart and city council will approve the staffing levels for each department. And so that, what we're trying to do is bring some organization to some things. And I honestly believe it's a good practice for city council to approve the staffing levels in every department annually, at least annually. And that goes for full-time FTEs, and I would prefer part-time FTEs. But have you approve that and then turn administration loose and the departments loose to implement the budget. So.
Yeah, obviously upon the recommendation of administration, because most of council we don't know who half the employees are, so.
Yeah, and
So-
we want to bring some.
Gotta know.
to that.
Right.
Maybe half.
And they would help us to know.
You have two on mine.
Who's first?
Kevin Shepherd.
Who?
Kevin Shepherd?
Kevin Shepherd.
Hey, how's it going? I'm wondering why nobody's doing anything with the skate park still. It's been sitting there for like 10 years and I don't see anybody touching it at all for that whole 10 years. And they're getting wads of money. The Parks and Rec is getting what the mayor told me, like 40,000 a quarter or something like this.
That's the Warfno County Parks and Rec, not the city of Walsenburg.
And a point of order, please. I think we can only take comments on the motion before us.
So
Sorry, Kevin.
you can only talk about the resolution appointing the deputy city clerk. So is anybody else?
Mark Craddock.
Mark Craddock?
Hello, just by way of background, there is a challenge to the ballot initiative petition that was circulated and submitted that's going to be heard Thursday at noon. And Gina is in the position of having to sit in judgment at that hearing. You need to give her whatever statutory authority it takes to serve in that capacity, or you open the city up to further legal challenges over that particular hearing. And I'm assuming that Mr. Hyatt might be pushing for a resolution because it's more definitive in that regard, but perhaps he could address that immediate concern.
Yes, I concur.
I think it helps that it comes from us through Gina, through into the world.
I think we can pass it if we want to.
Just for clarification, kind of what we've been saying, if for some reason Gina or the appointed city clerk's job was in We don't want that person. City council has to dismiss that person, not administration. That's what I'm trying to get to. That's why I think that it should be an administrative duty, not a council duty, because we're not here day to day. We don't see the work done. So that's where I'm trying to mesh this. Like, if we appoint her, then we are responsible. If
I think what we're trying to,
The city clerk position remains vacant. So at any.
I'm not talking city clerk, I'm talking deputy clerk, because we are appointing this. Right now, we're talking deputy clerk.
well, the situation we have is we're trying to avoid a challenge to the authority that Gina is going to try to exercise on Thursday, which we need to appoint a hearing
Right, and
officer.
I agree with that 100%. All I'm asking for is clarity of if we get to the issue where
If
If the part way,
it has to come from city council.
No, it would be because she is a city employee right now, and she's going to be stepping into the shoes of an elected official. We need to, this whole order.
no.
No.
Deputy city clerk is not.
No. But the deputy city clerk, in the absence of a city clerk, assumes the roles and responsibility and authority of the clerk, is my understanding.
That's not how we've always done it, because when we had a city clerk and a deputy, the deputy always did all. That's why Carmen said those job descriptions are wrong.
The statute requires elected officials requires citizens to be elected to operate for their communities. We have a situation where we don't have an elected city clerk, and we have not had the ability to have city council exercise their power to appoint a city clerk. So in that void, we still as a city have an obligation to process these petitions and to appoint a hearing officer. Now, maybe the better position would have been, because I had nothing to do with this particular resolution, but maybe the better position would have been to appoint Gina the hearing officer, have city council. I don't know if Dan can hear me. Dan, I don't know if it makes better sense just to have city council appoint her the hearing officers for that specific period of time. And then we avoid any of this, any issue of city council appointing a city employee or trying to deal with that.
Or who can fire her.
That's
Not that
one
we're
way
gonna
of,
fire you.
that's one way of approaching it, but there are a number of other issues that can come up as well. I'd rather take care of all of them at once.
Agree.
Yeah, because they have a lot of duties, not just the hearing officer Thursday. There's,
Well, that's what's driving this.
yeah,
In a perfect world,
but we've been wrong. We need to get it done.
The recalls and all of that and the hearings and all of that, we had an elected city clerk who happened to be a city employee, but the deputy city clerk was the one in charge of everything. The elected city clerk didn't do anything with any of those hearings. So we've always that's kind of how the city's always done it, is that the deputy city clerk, because of the reason that position came about, had the most experience.
And the term,
everybody refers to statute, right? You have to have someone exercising the authority of the city clerk, even though they may not have that title. Someone.
Yeah.
In an emergency, the mayor would probably have to do it, or I would have to do it. Someone needs to be vested with that authority to do these things.
But they have to be city residents too, because that's
Right,
part of,
well,
that's part of why Gina couldn't be.
but then you face the argument that there's a dereliction of duty of the city council to fail to appoint a clerk. You have that, you are supposed to do that. So the argument cuts both ways. Bottom line is, we need to conduct an administrative hearing, and we need to have city council's authority to have someone conduct that hearing.
And I am completely fine with, all I want is clarification. If city council appoints this position, then only city council can dissolve that person's position. And not administration. I just want to be clear.
Well, I think we're confusing some different things, but I'll leave it to Dan.
Stacy, just try.
Okay, so I understand the history. We know where that came from. We know where the deputy city clerk came from in the history and all that kind of stuff. And I fully agree with the situation that what happened was Rick was appointed by city council and he was fired by an interim city administrator. We do need a situation. We do need to have controls and constraints in place that we are not left in the dark again. We're not left in the lurch again Gina's not sitting there doing, or somebody behind Gina is not doing 14 jobs. So what it boils down to, I also believe that there are certain qualifications for the city clerk, deputy city clerk position. I know Rick was working through some of those things at some point in time, official search for doing certain things. The only thing I would add to the resolution personally, in respect whatsoever, is that Gina works towards those, and any situation that revolves around personnel is brought to city council first for any discussion before anybody is let go in the situation as deputy city clerk, which is critical to the city's operation. That's my 2 cents on this one right here. I don't need a response.
Okay.
The situation is right now, I know we need this, but I also understand and know what happened that put us into this position that caused the consternation that it has. Thank you.
One more time, sure.
One more and that's it. We got to do this and move on.
I know. So I think there is a time limit on getting a city, appoint a city clerk. So you might want to advertise again, because there's a law that Mr. Pacheco, I think, was alluding to that you could get in trouble for if you don't have a city clerk. And sitting here is not Gina's job. So that's the city clerk's job. So it's putting a burden on Gina here too. But anyway, that's it.
What's the council's pleasure?
Can I ask Mr. Hyatt a question?
Sure.
Mr. Hyatt, if we pass this resolution and appoint Gina deputy city clerk, who is responsible for hiring and firing if our ways need to be parted?
So she was hired by the administrator, and she was hired for duties other than being the deputy city clerk, as I understand it. And then because of the vacancy that occurred, she was asked to take over some of the duties of the former deputy city clerk. In my opinion, the administrator can terminate all of her other duties, but I agree that if the council appoints her as deputy city clerk, then the administrator should come back to the city council before termination occurs, if that should ever arise.
Thank you.
Hope it never does, but
Right?
Now we know.
thank you.
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Did we have a motion?
Yes.
Did we have a second?
Yes.
Did we?
Shall we
How
vote?
long ago? I forgot. Yeah, I remember. Anything else? Roll call.
John Martinez.
Yes.
Veronica May. Yes. Gary Pizzani.
Yes.
Ronald Stafford. Oh, he's not here. Pamela Brightweiser.
Yes.
Fred Ecker.
Yes.
Jennifer Novak.
Yes.
It's unanimous. Oh, I'm sorry, minus Ronald Stafford.
Okay. Loan of gas sniffer to Werfeno County Fire Department.
Mr. Mayor,
Huh?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the loan of a gas sniffer to the Werfeno County Fire Department.
I will
I
second.
got a motion by Don Martinez, a second by Pam Brightweiser. Any other discussion?
So in the memo, it talks about that they do the upkeep, they do, what else?
Well,
Will they insure it? Are we insuring it?
before it goes, and administrator and I had this discussion, before it goes, we will have a memorandum of understanding that incorporates who's responsible for what, and we get it back in the same condition.
And will we insure it or will they insure it?
That's a good question.
You'll cover that too?
Gina can answer that.
You'll find that out?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not sure our insurance policy gets down to that kind of detail.
If it's insured.
Yeah.
I would think it's insured if you drop it.
Consider that a consumable.
Costs $120.
It's kind of a consumable.
I don't think it's big enough item to be on an insurance policy.
Oh, just.
You like,
Only if the light, lights.
had a commercial floor jacket, it broke.
Freedom.
This was like some big piece of equipment.
Okay, I got a motion
For handheld.
in a second. Any further discussion? I'm gonna get out of here tonight.
Can't believe the fire department don't have one, but okay.
Roll call.
John Martinez.
Yes.
Pamela Brightweiser.
Yes.
Mayor Bazzani.
Yes.
Veronica Mays. Yes. Jennifer Novak.
Yes.
Fred Eckert.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Action on changing of lot lines at Eighth and Ash.
Is this not a planning and zoning thing?
It went to planning and zoning and, I think they thrown that this is for our approval.
I don't understand.
I think planning and zoning just makes recommendations to council. Council has to approve.
City council has to approve all plats that would be recorded with the assessor or with the clerk and recorder.
But does it,
Adjusting property boundaries from an old historic plat to a new configuration to facilitate the existing buildings that are on that particular lot. I wasn't involved in the review of this or anything like that, but that was just my analysis.
Chair.
who's requesting this?
There is no street here.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Does it include the vacation of Eighth Street for that piece that sticks out there?
It didn't. And the-
There's no 8th Street there.
There's,
There?
I mean, the right of way's there, but it's
It
just,
vacates the right of way.
yeah.
no, there's still,
Right of way still stays there?
the building's already there and you can, there's an alley path back there.
I know. The river is in the way, I know. Stacy,
Where's the river?
I think Mr. Lawlander had
the river.
good intention because what was supplied to council for artwork may not have been fully done.
Is this Charlie requesting this? Is it the property owner requesting this? And for what purpose, I guess?
They're,
Already there.
Built out in, he's already built out into this.
there's a.
The whole street is blocked over there.
Yeah, it's the corner.
So what, is this like residential over there, like residential zone? So how is there a whole, I mean, it says garage shop, but there's like a car lot over there. Or,
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is a code enforcement issue that we're talking here.
The one that's provided to council in
You heard it.
that you're reading for right now is confusing. So. I don't know if the county would accept it offhand with that picture. That's what my concern.
Well, if it's prepared by and stamped by a surveyor,
It is. but-
so then that surveyor's license should require that person to prepare it
Yeah, you almost-
pursuant to the statute.
So this is what it is.
Street.
It's kind of overlay.
It
makes it hard to read.
It's,
You need the,
I mean,
House is already there?
here, I can see what's going on.
don't you need like a
The house is just
Oh,
fully on our property.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. That's why.
Mayor,
Mr. Hyatt, please.
Go ahead.
I have a question first. Did this go before the Planning and Zoning Commission? I could not hear.
Yes.
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 mhm.
This is their recommendation.
I'm really concerned about approving a plat that, that apparently gives the person some legal right to property that is in a right of way. I think a better way to handle that would be if there's no street there, then I think the city ought to consider vacating that street and going through that process before you approve the plat. That
And
makes a
include-
lot more sense. And it also gives the city an opportunity to formally determine whether or not there are any utility needs
Oh, yeah. there.
that run through that alley or that could run through that alley in the future.
I'd agree.
Okay, thank you. John, go ahead.
I actually respectfully disagree about the vacation of that right of way because that could potentially be an access to the river in the future. If we do this, what we could do there is issue a revocable permit to this person that says, we recognize that you are infringing on the right of way of the city of Walsenburg, and we allow you to do that. You protect the city through insurance claims, and in the event that the city needs that property or desires that property, you will remove the improvement.
The house.
So do we get proof of insurance?
I think you guys need to just table this one and send it back to administration to process.
I'll agree.
You could vacate it's an 80-foot right of way for 8th Street, and if the road wasn't built, and if there are no utilities in there, maybe you just vacate half of that width of the right of way and go down but keep, because the way the vacation statute reads, if you just vacate the street, then the abutting property owners within the same subdivision
Get half each.
could argue claim half of that vacated right of way. So in this particular case,
Hit right up against that project.
just maybe you vacate that 40 feet. I don't know, but I think there needs to be more analysis done. So I think we need to,
So how did this, I guess, it's curiosity, how did this even come in front of us?
It went to planning and zoning first and they sent it to us.
Unless we studying the change, we didn't see anything wrong with it per se. We actually had a couple more documents, I think. So we had a few more enclosures on ours, not just what you have there.
What meeting?
Oh,
I gave some different.
I think what we need to do in situations like this, again, I wasn't asked to review it. But you need to we need to prepare you a staff report for this stuff.
I mean, that house has been there probably 25 years, 20,
Probably.
a long time.
Probably predates subdivision, predates the city's modern subdivision regulations from the 70s. So
It might be grandfathered in then.
B7 and back, there's a whole full junkyard back there.
Now let's,
I'll withdraw my motion.
Okay.
And I'll, make a new motion to, pass this back to administration.
okay, I got a motion by Don Martinez,
Second.
second by Jennifer Novak. Further discussion?
What should we just, to table it? Did we just move to table it?
Yes. Basically,
No.
yes. Pass it.
Okay, thank you.
add it back to us.
Have more information next time.
All right.
Any other discussion?
No.
All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. That saves a little time. All right, executive session.
All right, I'll make a motion to go into executive session for discussion of a personnel matter under DRS section 24-6-402 2F and not involving any specific employees who have requested discussion of the matter in open session, any member of this body or any elected official, the appointment of any person to fill an office of this body or an elected official, or personnel policies that do not require the discussion of matters personal to particular employees, and for the purposes of determining positions relative to matters that may be subject to negotiations, developing strategy for negotiations, and or instructing negotiators under CRS section 24-6-4024E relating to a personnel matter concerning the city administrator and or to determine positions relative matters that may be subject to negotiation regarding the city administrator, Jerry M. Pacheco. No formal actions, discussion, or adoptions of any policy, resolution, rule, or regulation will occur during the executive session.
I got a motion by Don Martinez,
Second.
second by Veronica Mays. All in favor?
I,
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried.
Do we want to do both executive sessions? We're gonna come back and go back.
You will let us.
I have a question that was asked of me. How do people know, like, when we come out of executive session? Like, how do they get back on the meeting? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Last time there was a.
Drops off, you gotta wait.
Because we rejoined the wrong
I
Zoom
would address the question.
and then had to close it.
Mr. Hyatt, we have to do this executive session separately, don't we?
That's correct. Requires two.
Does Mr. Pacheco have the option of being in it or not in it? Is that true?
I have the option to be in it.
Yeah. Are you gonna be in it?
If you want me there, I'll be
Yeah.
there.
Can we talk
I
first?
think I'm supposed to ask. That's what I'm making.
I think we talk
Well,
first.
Oh, we.
so
Go ahead.
let me clarify this. Mr. Pacheco can be in the meeting as long as the city is not trying to negotiate with him. You cannot conduct negotiations in an executive session.
So we do need to talk first because we've already had negotiators.
Can we do,
Wait,
can we do it that way?
and then join us.
Mr. Hyatt,
Yeah.
council wants to meet privately first and then get Mr. Pacheco in after that.
Yes, as long as Mr. Pacheco consents.
He said, okay. All right, that's what we're doing.
And what we have to do is I have to close this meeting so that we can open the executive session. Once the executive session is over, I'll reopen this meeting.
And then we go back into executive session?
Because we got one Zoom, you can only have it on one or the other. So we have to shut it off.
So how do we, like, if I'm gonna go home, how do we,
Oh.
when the meeting starts again? Does that kind of
We
violate,
can talk to Hayden. Let's talk to Hayden and see if we can figure that out.
used to be two, one in here and Zoom.
Yeah.
Used to leave it on all the time in here.
We can't get that one on. We can't get that one on if this is on. That's all I know.
They used to be able,
Well, yeah, bring them back. I don't know. I can't do it.
Right? I used to sit quietly and wait to hear, oh, they're back.
No, we used to just leave this one on.
Mhm.
we have to leave it for half an hour, an hour.
If we leave this one on, we can't get on the other one.
Got it.
I'm good.
You're soaking, brother. You're soaking. So I started it.
Go ahead and end the meeting and then we, because I can't make the link while you're. This is.
I don't know if we passed it or not.
We used to do it that.
Oh, shit. All right, guys. If you take anything from this meeting, just remember it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. All right. That's what the mayor says. So,
Go ahead.
you go ahead.
Well, if there is no way to get back onto the Zoom when they come out of their executive session, they would be violating the open meetings because they just eliminated everybody on Zoom from attending the public meeting.
Well, and when somebody asked, how do we know? They made a joke and said, it's a secret. It's your government.
Yeah, they're wonderful people, man.
Oh, fuck.
They're not you people. They're just wonderful people.
My gosh. That's fucked up. Sounds like they didn't want to end the Zoom after all those comments.
Yeah, well, kind of tough to do that, and the demands that were being made. I mean, I think that I think the comments, and I think the fact that they were threatened with legal litigation, whether they like it or not, I would not. If those things passed, I would have been all over it, all over that. I already had started the complaint. I got the letter of intent already drawn up. Yeah. I'm tired.
Oh, man.
I thought it was because we asked so nicely.
It's just in. Michaela is concerned about it being too bumpy down there, so she wants to move the funeral to the aviary. I'll just Thursday come back up.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna wait around until they come back and keep checking their page for them to come back, because if you try to even click on it now, it reroutes you to their fucking executive session and they won't let you in there. So makes it even harder to tell when they're back. And then once they get back, they just got to go back to executive session before they come back. So it could be a while.
Yeah. These guys take 4 hours to do an hour-and-a-half meeting.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they need to talk about the goats.
Right.
I mean, I got to say, my biggest takeaway to that was the fact that they were more concerned about litigation about goats than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
That's
get sued over the goats. They
No.
don't give a fuck about getting sued over nothing else, do they?
I guess litigation brings clarity if the
Dude,
if
anything
the
to
thing,
shit
if
on
the
the
thing
kids
that's
around
litigated
here.
is eating grass.
It's anything to shit on the kids around here, dude. They got a shit fucking school, a fucking shit fucking school board. They got, I mean, dude, they have nothing for the fucking kids to do here, period. I mean, what are they going to do? Go bust out some fucking windows, spray paint some walls, fucking, they can't have a goddamn goat, you know?
Night, Lori.
What are they going to do? They're going to fucking raise hell, dude. They just ripped their park down and they told them to stay out of the park for fucking 6 months. We're trying to grow grass here. Like, I mean, dude, like, it's fucked up. These kids don't have shit. And then here these kids who are a good example in the community are showing up and like, hey, man, we're trying to make this fucking happen. We want to show our fucking animals and you guys could help us. And they're like, well, yeah, we might get sued because this one person don't like that stuff. Can you convince that one person? Like, dude, how many people are in the room don't like what the fuck you're doing and you ain't worried about convincing any of them?
You know what's funny though? Here's the thing, and this is the takeaway. The takeaway is the person that's complaining is the one with the money. That's the takeaway. That's the guy that's paying the bills. So naturally, the mayor's going to gravitate towards that guy because he's got the money. Kids don't.
I don't know. All I can say is I think the mayor is in one of those areas that he was bitching about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, dude, it's a rural fucking town. It's this ain't fucking New York City, man. I mean, you can have a rabbit, you can have a chicken. Why can't you have a couple fucking goats? I don't get it. Like, I don't
But the thing is the kids were doing it for 4-H stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, like
break.
a project. That's fucked up, man. Can't even teach these kids like how to be responsible for some, you know what I mean? Like, wow. They just shit on these kids, man. They really do. And then they're like, it's almost like they do it on purpose, right? Because they want these kids to remain stupid enough that they can't leave. You know what I mean? Because all the ones that are smart enough to get the fuck out of here are out of here ASAP, dude. For real. Like, they'll send an email or something, you know? Hey, folks, fucking Denver's great, you know? Like, they move up to the cities and they fucking get jobs and shit if they're educated. The ones that ain't, they end up stuck here. And they think they're fucking gangbangers and all kinds of shit they're not, you know? And it's sad. It's sad because you're watching the local government help do that, you know? Like, that's why it is the way it is.
Well, that's because the guys in the local government that wear those blue uniforms with that little shiny badge on it are just as much as the gangbangers that are the guys that are out there. So, I mean, Jesus Christ,
And
what a
like
police force.
Lakota says here, the kids are amazing, dude. There's some really good kids here. They're just fucked. There's nothing for them. There's nothing for them to do, man. Like, they're in a bind, period. I guess is one of the fucking worst places for children to fucking grow up, if you ask me, man. Like, there's just not a lot. There's not a lot for them. But this place is even extra worse because the fucking, like you see, our government will act that way. And I mean, hell, they weren't even asking for nothing long term. They were just asking for a little short term fucking specialty permit type thing, you know, just something to bide a little time. And yeah, that was fucked up, man.
Unfortunately, Dakota, there aren't enough letters in there for them to give a shit.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, like I say, yeah, and they're not lining the city's pockets, you know. They're not the golf course or something, you know. you can't break the rules. You're not the golf course. You know, if you were the golf course, we'd hook you up, motherfucker.
You know, and the funny thing is that all that money that they're dumping into a golf course that's a 9-hole course with not the greatest, slope rating, right, for a golf course. I mean, and as far as I can tell, it's not turning a profit. That place has been operating at a loss, from what I can tell. And again, my opinion. But if you're operating at a loss for how long? Because clearly there ain't nobody playing it. So where's all the money going?
I don't know, but I could have swore I heard somebody talking about the financials and money was spent on that golf course.
Yeah. Memory serves, didn't they vote to give them like 10, 20 grand or something like that?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And let's not forget that 5,000 that they gave him to operate for a month too, didn't they? Wasn't that another one of those votes that they did? It's amazing the amount of money that's going into the golf course and the amount of money that's not coming out of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, they make it real obvious around here. They got better things to invest in than the children. So that's just the way it's been around here a long time. So, I mean, what do you do?
Well, I hate to say
it, they'd hate to bend or break a rule, fucking.
Yeah, but I hate to say it though, but you get what you allow, and we've had this conversation before. If the people out there are going to allow them to step all over them the way they are, it's gonna just keep happening.
Well, and that's just it again. Like people made that comment of, you really want to bring people into this room? Really? You're going to need a bigger room.
Yeah. Well, and they will. I mean, people would show up from all over. I mean, just look at the meeting after they fucking threw me out, dude. How many cameras was in that room running? Like they fucked up. So, guys, I got a letter. You people said in the meeting, I'm officially unofficially trespassed from this all city property, I guess. I don't fucking know.
You know what the funny part is the city attorney is what kills me, because the mayor said regarding the whole ordinance and the resolution, the mayor said, well, we were just trying to keep order because, we figured that this would be the way to do it because we can control the people in here from doing whatever they're doing. And the funny part is there is a way for them to deal with disruptions of the meeting, and I've given them that information. There's a Colorado revised statute that talks about disrupting a public meeting. The mayor can give a warning at the second interruption. He can either make the choice to have that person removed, and if that person doesn't leave, he can ask the chief of police, who sits on his ass and does nothing anyway, to goddamn escort him out of the building legally and lawfully. You know what I mean? But they don't want to hear anything. And what really bugs me is the city attorney is sitting on Zoom and not even telling them. That's what his fucking job is. I'm lost, bro.
Did you guys like how Ron Stafford stormed out like a little pussy bitch? I'm taking my bong, going home. Fuck you.
Listen, Stafford was the reason.
I'm out of here. You guys are bullying me.
In the last meeting, when they came back from executive session, in the Zoom meeting that none of us could attend, okay? The video came out for the second half of the meeting, and Stafford was the one that put forth the proposition of making it so that only residents of Walsenburg could speak in the public meeting. He was the one that tried to make that motion, and that's when they said that they should table that.
Just think
Until-
they paid Dan for that. There's multiple motions tonight that they paid Dan for that. For what?
Unlawful as fuck.
For what? What? And then they didn't even, then they didn't even go with him. So, oh my fucking God, dude. Like, talk about this frivolous. I mean, it's whatever. If it ain't your money and the motherfuckers whose money it is don't show up and don't give a fuck, then that's what you get. Right?
Well, you got to remember something too.
These people don't care, dude. Nobody shows up. There's seriously like 4,000 fucking people in this town. There's the county's even fucking bigger. And dude, like, I don't know, man. Only a few times have I ever seen it just standing room only in there. And I would think the way they're going, that's what it. I mean, there should be a line out the fucking door and people looking in the windows and shit, dude, because I mean, they're openly and willingly just fucking everybody over. And obviously enough people showed up tonight because they shut that shit down, right? I mean, otherwise, nobody showed up and speak for any of it, then, I mean, they would have just continued on.
There were 47 people on that Zoom tonight. 47.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, a good portion.
Actually, top number I saw was 52.
And then everybody that was there that spoke, like those people, man, good for them, because fuck, man, they would have passed that shit. They would have passed that shit. They don't give a fuck. They don't care if it's legal or not. That is obvious in everything they do. Unless it's a goat or sheep, then it's a big deal. But everything else, they don't fucking care if it's legal or not. And the lawyer will help them try to find a workaround, So.
And here's the worst part. The worst part is I literally have today, when I saw that, I went in and I started doing some research. And by the time this meeting came up, I had 16 different court cases that explicitly prohibited both of these items. And I was not kidding when I said that if they went through with it, I'm going to give them the letter of intent, but I will follow up with the lawsuit. No question about it. I literally had that stuff together by the time that meeting took place. And I'm not kidding about the letter of intent being drawn up. They need it. At this point, there's no point. We can't get core requests fulfilled. We can't get CCJRA body camera footage. We can't get that fulfilled. The chief of police, Cheryl Hurt.
Kind of like Aguilar, right? Where the town's business just ain't the town's business.
The town's business stays as the town's business. Right. And that's it. And again, the lawyer's up there. The lawyer knows about it, but the lawyer isn't telling them what you're doing is criminal.
Well,
which makes them culpable.
Just like my complaints, right? From when the chief threw me out of there. So now it's you can come in and film, but that didn't do anything for everything that they did that day, and there's complaints in. Well, the law says they got 21 days. Dude, they don't acknowledge any of that. They don't give a fuck. So in the response they give me back, they didn't acknowledge any of that. They're not worried about taking any complaints. That's not going to happen. So, I mean, if you got an award for them, maybe they'll take it. Like, I'm thinking of like making them a trophy and shit, like fucking stupidest fucker in the room or something, like maybe they'll accept the trophy, like, because they're that fucking stupid. They don't want to hear any type of criticism that could better them. Like, I don't get it, dude. Like, you can go sit down and have fucking grandma's apple pie with these motherfuckers and try to explain to them like they're Nazis, dude. The shit you're doing is not okay. It's un-American. and they still won't comprehend it.
You know what the worst part is every one of them signed they actually signed an oath of office, and every one of them was willing to violate it.
Yeah, I mean the Constitution directly, right?
Yeah.
I mean Article 2, Section 10. They had that shit on the agenda tonight, ready to stomp on it.
And the worst part is but here's the worst part is that the attorney literally put it in the ordinance saying that that was the most protected portion of it from the Colorado Constitution. That doesn't even address the US Constitution. I mean, it's insane.
Just the amount of research that me and John did on this. I mean, I really like Kat over there, you know. You got some really, you know, they just can't see it, can they, John? Like I don't know if you know, I don't
people, she couldn't even get her sentence out, bro. Are you kidding me?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm telling you, like,
literally trying to fucking lie about that guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like her soul was rejecting everything she was trying to say, bro. You could hear it. I mean, go back and listen. Hey,
I don't know. I think she was kind of smitten. Like, I think that was her way of trying to hit on him. Maybe that's his mistress. Who knows?
Yeah, it's his Walsenburg chick, you know?
Listen, as long as she's happy, you know.
So I don't know who else in the room caught it, but when you people told him, you know, thanks, Chief, for taking care of good citizens trespass, the chief scratched his fucking head hard as hell. And so Jerry had to write him a picture and explain to him what happened there. I'm guessing it probably looked like an American flag and shit. And then my little leprechaun saying he's an American and we can't stop him from fucking coming in here or something to that effect. I don't know what kind of picture he drew the chief to understand, but if you go back and watch, dude, that shit's funny. The chief scratches his fucking head like, huh?
You know what he did? He drew an interstate and then money signs.
He did something, bro. Like, I'm telling you, it's in the video. You can see him. She writes him a little love letter or drew him a picture or some shit and shows him and then whispers in his ear, like, oh my gosh, dude. Right after fucking you people tells him, thanks, Chief.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
They aren't very smart.
I thought that was hilarious. But it's the little things in life, I suppose.
No, apparently the little things in life were what we're impressing that lady on Zoom.
That's funny. I don't know. But I definitely ain't gonna wait for him to come back. I got better shit to do in my life. So.
No, it's been about almost 3 hours. We greatly appreciate everybody coming in and watching and chatting with us. Hopefully, you know, to all you people that you know that came in at the end and rewatched this, thank you. We greatly appreciate you, Chief. Much love. I'd like my fucking request, please.
That sexy old bald head of yours, bitch. I love it. You get the stupidest fucking award trophy. I'm gonna just give them awards, guys. I'm gonna have to. I need to get trophies made. I need to quit bullshit and start.
Right.
As long as it's a trophy, I think they'll accept it. You know, just tell them it's a Grammy. They won't understand the fucking difference. You know. Shit.
They may pass an ordinance over them, though.
Right. Everybody has to give them a trophy. That's probably going to be the ordinance, right? If you want to speak, you got to give them a trophy. I don't know, something like that. But we appreciate you guys. It's been fun.
Ready.
Hell yeah. Have a great night. There's no outro, so bye.